What's good, everybody? Welcome in. Let me get this all set up. Got some orders to ship out today. We got some eBay and Posh orders that are going out the door, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to ship these out on live. I'm going to show you everything that sold, what it sold for, all that good stuff. You guys are going to see it first before, obviously, the order pull video that I just filmed, and some of this stuff was from yesterday's order pull video. So welcome in. Decent weekend in sales. It was a lot slower than the last weekend for sure. Last weekend I think we sold like 50 something items, but it was also a holiday weekend too. This weekend I think we're in the 20s with items that sold, so that's fine. But yeah, and we had a successful show. What's up, Blended? We had a successful show this weekend. Auction this weekend went really well. We still obviously have some stuff racked up, as you guys can see behind us, but that is stuff that requires gift cards. So everything else has pretty much been shipped, and the shoes. I haven't shipped the shoes out yet. We sold 6 pairs, but then somebody canceled their order after the live. They let me know. They can't say it during the live. I had like 3 people try to cancel. It's so annoying. 3 people tried to cancel, one of which was a shoe order sold for like close to $200, and then they messaged me on the side and they said, hey, I didn't know these were new with defects, even though the reason I do new with defects is because the boxes are a little dinged up. They're not officially new, like the box isn't perfect. And then they said, oh yeah, and my address is wrong, so you have to cancel. So I have one shoe order, and I'm probably going to block that person too, because yeah, I hate when people do that. Like, if you have to cancel for whatever reason, do it during the live so I can rerun the item. Don't like hide behind the keyboard and cancel your order. It's really annoying. But anyways, so we got 5 shoe orders to ship, and the rest are all requiring gift cards. That's what we're going to do. We're waiting for Kayla to get back with those, but I figured I'd hop on live and show you guys, what's up, Felix? Show you guys what sold during this weekend, and ship it all out with you, answer some questions. That's what we do over here. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop in the chat. I was going to shoot a video yesterday. I got all the way to the thrift store and I was ready to film, and then my stomach, I don't know what was going on. I think I was catching like a little bug yesterday, and I just wasn't feeling, I went thrifting, but I didn't film anything. So my goal is to go out Tuesday or Wednesday this week and film something so I can have a long form video for you guys. If not, I'll put it out next week if I can't get around to it, because I do have a couple meetings I got to go to this week. So I don't know if I'm going to get around to making a video, but that's okay. You guys will get some other content coming out. What's up, Sassy? All right, enough yapping now. Let's go ahead and start shipping out some orders. Give me 1 second. I got to grab some bags real quick. Forgot to grab my Ground Advantage bags for Posh. All right, we'll ship out today's orders, and then we'll go on to what we sold yesterday. First, Vineyard Vines, men's quarter zip. This is a big and tall size. It's a men's 4XB. And this person really wanted this because they kept offering on it, so I just decided to give it to him today for $26. I think I listed for like 35, so I gave him a little bit of a deal on it. But yeah, Vineyard Vines. No coffee before thrifting? No, I actually didn't have any coffee. I had a protein shake, but my stomach was just like killing me. I don't know what it was. I was literally feeling like I was going to puke at the thrift store. I felt bad because somebody came up and was like talking to me, and I was trying to, they're like, hey, I watch your stuff, and we were talking for a minute, but I could tell I was like, I was trying to give him a conversation, but I just wasn't feeling good. And I met somebody else at the Goodwill right down the street. Hey, K-Way, I've been a follower since day 1. If you get time, will you check my page and let me know what you think so far? I've been reselling for about 4 months and run full-time landscape business. I might talk to Surfs here pretty soon, and maybe we'll do a combined, we do it together where we do like store reviews and we go over people's stores. So I'll probably announce when that's going to happen, and then me and Surfs will do a pop-up live, and then if you come into that show and you get selected, then we'll go through and look at your page. But I'll tell you honestly, I can't just, because everybody in the chat will want me to do that for them, and usually people like charge like $50 to do that, which is wild to me. So that's why we do it for free. So yeah, if we do it again, come into the live, let us know your store handle, and we'll do it during that time, but not right now, obviously. Anyone who's selling, yes, I do. I have got accepted officially, Lisa, to sell on live over there. So yeah, I have a meeting with them tomorrow. That's why last week, man, it was such a packed week. I had like 3 different meetings last week, couple with eBay Live, couple with other places too. And I was just like, I didn't have any time to do anything. Like meetings, waiting all day to have a meeting. I can't go thrifting because I got to be here by 1, and I can't tell if I'm going to be back in time. So that's why content has been a little, long form has not been coming out. But yes, I can officially sell right now if I wanted to on eBay Live, but I have one more meeting with like questions I have to ask them. and then I can officially set up my first live. So I think I'm going to sell a little bit differently over there. It's not going to have the same vibes that we have over on Whatnot, simply because it's not set up the same. And I'll cover that when I talk more about it once I get all my questions answered. But shipping doesn't work the same. There's no like, you can combine orders, but there's no like between 1 and 5 pounds is free shipping. It's basically the same grandfathered rules as eBay has for shipping right now. It gets grandfathered into the live settings. So they're trying to work on it to make it kind of similar to Posh and Whatnot, but right now it's old eBay. So you have to figure out the way that's going to work best to sell. And you can't start items at $10. I'll have to start items higher because it's just a different audience and I got to grow that audience. So I might bring a lot of my like polo stuff over there, my big and tall brand new with tag stuff, start those at $29. I can do that over there, but I can't do the $10 starts. It just doesn't make any sense. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try different things and see what works and see what sticks. Big hanger. The big hanger is sold by Trisha. As soon as she has more, I will post when they are available. But for right now, she doesn't have any available. And follow me on Facebook and IG because that's where I post when they're available, especially Facebook. Follow me there. Hope you are mad over my worm comment on your photo from the Whatnot show. I didn't even see it, Debbie. If it's a funny comment, that never affects me. Trust me, Surf says some nasty things to me, okay? So if Surf's comments don't bother me, trust me, Debbie. I know you're sweet. I know you don't mean anything bad by it. Surf's is your goat. Oh my God, did he tell you to say that? Cole, I might have to block you after that comment. What's up, Juliet? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Where do you get all of that LO gear? What is LO gear? LO, what does LO stand for? I don't think I missed anybody over here. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and keep shipping. This is a 7 Diamonds flannel. Told you guys on the Whatnot show how good 7 Diamonds is, especially if you can find it brand new with tags. And the flannels, if you look them up on eBay, there's really not that much data on them, but I knew the brand and the time of year this would sell really well. I picked this up from TJ Maxx for $10 like within the last like 3 weeks. I think I went 3 weeks ago to grab these. I already sold one of them. It was a buffalo plaid flannel, and then this one sold on Posh for full asking price of $45. So I turned something from TJ Maxx, $10 investment, into $45 after fees. Obviously, take $9 off. That's what I made because Posh has 20% fees. But yeah, good little sale for 7 Diamonds men's flannel shirt. I'm gonna throw this into one of these bags. Just joining. Are you cross-listing to Whatnot Marketplace? I am. I've been using Vendu to do so because Vendu is the only one that currently I know of that does it. I think there's one more. Somebody mentioned it in my live the other day, but I use Vendu to do so. That's the only thing I use Vendu for. And I've been using it to bring some listings over during the shows. And it's been working really well. I actually brought a bunch over the week before. So not the last show, but the show before. And I didn't bring them into my show. So they weren't like actually in the show. You had to go off my page to buy. And I sold, I think it was 4 or 5 items during that show from my shop, not even in the show. So it definitely works. If you can do like a polo show and you can bring in all your polo listings and then lead people to your shop while you're also live selling, you can sell a lot of stuff. So an extra 5 items sold while I was on live is really good. If it was funny, I'll check it out. If it's funny, I'll get a good chuckle out of it. I'll do the little laughing emoji. Do you deal with wholesalers? Yes, I do have some wholesalers that sell directly to me. I actually have some wholesale on Listit as well too, lystit.net if you want some wholesale. There's some good lots up there. I'm beginning to find out that a lot of people want wholesale, but once they see the prices for wholesale, they don't want it anymore. Because the lots that are on Listit right now are actually really good lots from somebody else. So if you guys wanted to sell on Listit, you can sell wholesale lots if you want to. You just got to apply to sell. I have to go through today and accept some people, but I'm beginning to find out like a lot of people say they want wholesale, but then when they see prices they have to pay, they're just like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'd rather go to the thrift store. I'm like, okay, so you could get 34 pieces of Lululemon right now shipped to your door for a little bit more than you would pay at the thrift store, or you can drive to 15, 16, 17 different thrift stores to hunt down as many Lululemon pieces as you can buy all at one time on Listit right now. So that's the difference. Do you want to drive around, or do you want to pay a little bit more and have it all delivered right to your door? lystit.net, listit.net. That's our wholesale site that we sell under. I also deal with other wholesalers too, which I'll probably start bringing them onto Listit as well. I just got to make sure they're going to bring you guys good inventory. I got my listing privileges on Posh removing too many listings because of Nifty. Any advice? There's nothing you can really do, Austin. You're removing sold listings. Posh has already told you you're allowed to do that. So what you have to do is you have to open a ticket with Poshmark and let them know that you're just doing what they told you you're allowed to do. And then usually they'll revoke that. But it's just AI that's picking it up right now and giving you that listing removal. And if you just did it by hand, you would get the same exact thing. It's not from Nifty. It's from you just deleting listings that are sold. So there's nothing you can really do. You got to just reach out to Posh and let them know that you're doing what they told you you could do. Delete sold listings. Can't leave a sold listing up. So how do you open a ticket? You just go to help down at the bottom of the app and you open up a ticket that way and let them know what's going on. And you can send them photos of the items that sold on other platforms. I've heard that's worked really well too. Hey, there's my visibility restriction. Let's go. I'm watching lives on eBay, definitely a different feel than what? Yeah, they're definitely a different feel, but they're starting to grow it. You can see from the beginning till now, it is growing, and it's growing at a much faster rate. At first, it was like the chart for eBay was like this, and now it's starting to go like this. And you want to catch it on the way up. That's kind of why I wanted to get into it. So, are you going to list a Coogee sweater from Surfs? No, I'm going to keep it for a little bit. I'm going to keep it for a little bit until he wants to buy it back for $350. I bought that for $100, okay? I sold it to him for $350, and then I bought it back from him for $165. That dude, I just make money off that guy. It's so easy. What's up, Danny? Deliver for me, please. Thrifts are hit or miss. Yes, delivered for me. That's how I like it too. I pay a little bit more for my Ralph Lauren delivered right to my door than I could if I went to thrift store, but delivered right to my door, that's the way to go. So, loving your polo wardrobe. Appreciate it. I'm starting to grow it out too. I got a good piece yesterday at Thrifts. You guys saw those Lily Pulitzer shorts that I grabbed? They're over here actually. Those Lily Pulitzer shorts that I grabbed. I got these. These are actually my size. I just don't know if I can pull these off. But if you guys don't know, Lily Pulitzer men's pieces sell way, way better than women's pieces. So a lot of people, I got comments on there like, Lily Pulitzer doesn't sell for me. Those shorts never sell. I got a bunch of women's listed. Women's and men's, two completely different things. Men's are much harder to find. Like, just think of how many times you went to the thrift store and found men's Lily Pulitzer. Very, very, very hit or miss that you're going to find these. But these are both my size. I feel like this with a solid white shirt would look really nice. So I might keep one of these and sell the other one, but they'll sell for like $50. And then I grabbed this too. Again, I went thrifting yesterday, didn't film anything. I probably should have because I found some really good stuff. But I went and I grabbed this. This is also my size too. It's a men's large Polo Ralph Lauren, just a nice like camp shirt. I think this might be linen. It's got a linen feel to it. It's either that cotton linen feel or it's just regular all linen, but I grabbed that yesterday. I might keep that shirt too. I'm trying to grow the polo wardrobe. Men's Love Wild patterns, perfect for the golf course. Yeah, that's what those will probably go. Or they're like date night, right? Guys like to wear those kind of stuff for date night. Appreciate the rose, by the way. From the bins, you're at the bins door. Let me know if you find anything cool. I never go to the bins. Doesn't compare to Surf's polo collection. Yeah, Surf's has some sick polo pieces. He has some crazy sick polo pieces. To the video, I didn't know they made men's. So if you guys are ever at the thrift store and you find Lily Pulitzer men's blazers or pants with that pattern are over $100 all day. You can get like $100 to $150 in pre-owned condition for pants. Shorts are a little bit less. But blazers, if you can find blazers with those kind of patterns for Lily, you're talking about $400, $500, $600 all day pre-owned condition. Like those are, just go on eBay right now and type in Lily Pulitzer blazer men's and look up like the listed prices and then look up some of the sold prices. The patterns definitely matter, but if you can get a crazy Lily Pulitzer men's blazer, I've sold them before myself. I got them in a bulk buy. You can get crazy money for those. I'm having issues with eBay letting me list Lululemon free country states publishing error. The item specific EO registration. You have to reach out to eBay. I have no clue with that, Francis. I've never had an issue listing Lululemon, so I don't know. I don't know what that would be. That would be a eBay question. Florida boy, what's up, Kings? That would be good at my store, yeah. I spotted those literally from a mile away. I was walking down the shorts aisle and I saw them and I was like, that's Lily Pulitzer. I already know that. I was like, please be men's. Like, don't be in the wrong section. It was. I know it's wild that nobody spotted those. The Goodwill that I go to though is really close to my house and it's one that like is out of the way. So a lot of resellers they would have to drive all the way down away from all the other Goodwills to get to this one. So that's kind of why I don't think anybody really goes there. So What's the best cost of goods to start with when you're just starting? The lowest cost of goods you can possibly get. If you can go to garage sales and get stuff for $1 or 50 cents, whatever the lowest cost of goods is, but it matters on what the item's going to sell for. If the item's going to sell for $100 really quickly, you might be willing to pay up more for that. So your cost of goods would be higher than if the item's only going to sell for 25. You're not going to pay up for that item. You're going to try to keep it low. You can see those. Yeah, I know. It's crazy that nobody saw those. It's hard to find those here in Nebraska. Yeah, most Goodwills, those will be eaten up within like a minute once those get put out to the store. But this specific one is harder. It's not harder, but it's farther away. So let's say you can buy wholesale. Yeah, that's our wholesale website. You can also sell wholesale. So let's say you have a whole bunch of Polo Ralph Lauren. You just got in a huge bulk buy. You want to move it really fast, and you want to upcharge just a little bit. Let's say you got them for $3 a piece. You want to sell them for $6 a piece. You can list lots on List It and sell them as well. So you can buy and sell on the platform. You just got to apply to sell. But that's our wholesale website. Just make sure you can take videos of your items. You can just make sure you list out what's in your lot. Don't just put out Polo Ralph Lauren 20 units lot and not like list all the sizes and stuff. Also, you can go live on List It, and I can cast your live to my Facebook page and to my YouTube page. So you can connect directly with my audience too, and you don't have to do any of the work to grow the audience. So a couple, Matt's been doing it. He's done 2 lives now, and I've cast it to my Facebook page. So if you guys ever see like a random person on my Facebook or on my YouTube, it's because they're selling lots on List It, and I'm just casting it to you guys so you guys get an opportunity. Cool part about List It too is if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, you can buy from Facebook or YouTube. You don't actually have to go to List It. There'll be a claim number at the bottom of the screen or at the top of the screen. If you type in that claim number into Facebook or YouTube, you get a direct message to that platform, and you can click that link on the direct message, and you can go to the lots and purchase them, and you reserve the lot for 15 minutes. So if you want to reserve it really quick while the person's running the show, and you got time to think about it, and then you can go in and buy it, and you don't have to worry about somebody snatching it from you. So you're talking about the Ralph Lauren? Oh, the Ralph Lauren shirt? Yeah, I like the Ralph Lauren shirt too. I think I'm going to Whatnot Seller Open. I want to grow that on the platform. I was thinking about going to that too, Dora. I was thinking about it. I told Kayla it's in Austin. It's in April. I might go to it. I'm thinking about it. Tickets aren't that bad too. I think they're $75. So we'll see. I think it would be good for content too. I learned so much from you. Sold 15 items today. Let's go. 15 items? You beat me today. That's for sure. Show Lily Pulitzer label, please. Never heard. Never heard of Lily Pulitzer? What rock have you been? I'm just kidding. But really, what rock have you been living under? That's the Lily Pulitzer. Sometimes they have a pink label, but the men's usually have the script hit. And the way you can tell this is a men's pair is because it literally says men's. It says men's Beaumont shorts. Really easy to spot. Men's size 34. And I mean the pattern itself, these are like classic Lily colors, like the greens, the pinks, the blues. That's how you know it's Lily. Do you still promote on eBay? Yes, I still promote at 9%. I got to keep it there because once I start doing lives, I might drop my promotion altogether, because then I'm actually going to sell from the live. I'm going to lead people to my store because you can bundle during the live. Here's the good thing. When it comes to eBay, there's perks that work well for eBay Live, and then there's perks that work well for Whatnot. And that's what you got to figure out. You got to figure out the minute things that actually make the platform more beneficial than the other one. The thing that's more beneficial with eBay is when I'm running my eBay Live, I can literally take and say, like, if I'm running a polo show, I can say, hey guys, by the way, I have 300 items listed in my eBay store. If you buy right now during my live, it'll automatically bundle into your order. So at all times, all 1,400 plus items are at disposal for me to sell during the eBay Live. The one thing they got to figure out is the bundling, because the bundling is a little bit different than Whatnot, but it's going to work better. And that's how I'm going to approach it, is I'm going to literally lead people to buy stuff from my store at all times. Kind of like what I did on Whatnot the other day. Find a vintage par Olympics gear for a few bucks. I'll take the chance. Let's go. I'm going to sell a ton of my clothing that is like new and trendy, but not name brand. Any suggestions? You can sell those on Depop, to be honest. You have to use lots of keywords with that stuff. I usually sell brand name stuff. So if you know your keywords, you can sell that stuff. If you don't, it's going to be tough. Like trendy items really need keywords to make a move. All right, let's ship out some items. I see a bunch more questions. Let me ship out a couple of these really quick, and then we'll come back to you guys. These are a pair of Levi's 501 jeans. I got these actually in a bulk buy a long time ago. Finally got around to listing them. These were like from our old house, and we never got a chance to list them, but just did. And these sold for $24.99. That's a full price sale. This is one of those items that I'm going to save using Shippo as opposed to using eBay's discounted shipping. I know a lot of people don't believe it, but try it. Like $7.86 to ship these out. Let me see what these will cost on eBay to ship out. Orders awaiting shipment at the same exact weight. The only thing is it's missing one dimension. This is, yeah, so this is on Shippo. It's going to be $7.86. If I were to ship these out on eBay, $8.68. So almost $1 in savings shipping this out with Shippo as opposed to shipping it with eBay. Just a little perk. Little perk. Hold on, let me get some bags. I'm missing my bags over here. I'm not going to use my Ground Advantage bags. I'm going to keep using my regular poly bags because I'm almost out of the Ground Advantage until I get another round of this stuff. Love the sweatshirt. How's Kayla and the kids? They're doing good. They are doing good. Kayla and the kiddos are doing good. Actually, Kayla's out with the middle child right now going to grab some gift cards for the Whatnot show because we didn't have any on hand, so we had to buy some. This is giving me that one error because this is going to a provide the AES number. I don't know what the AES number is. Okay, I might have to ship this one on eBay just because this is going to an APO and I don't know what the AIS number is. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's doing it over here too. Select country. Where is this going? I don't know where this is going. It says AE. I'm saying United States. There we go. Is that it? Is that all I have to provide? I have read the shipping. Yep. Okay, cool. I'll just ship this out on eBay because I don't want to do that on Shippo. I don't know how to do it, to be honest. I hate when I ship to an APO because then I have to do this all on the side. And then it comes out like this. Is that going brown? Okay, good. And then you get this little tiny itty bitty label. And then you gotta cut it out and stick it on there. Okay, whatever. Is there brands you can't sell on eBay? Yeah, there are specific items. You need to look at the Vero list. For example, what's one of those like beach body workouts? The P90X, you can't sell those on eBay. You're not allowed to sell those on eBay. No P90X or anything like that. You'll get a Vero pretty much automatically. You also can't say the word Velcro. Velcro is against the rules. Can't use Velcro. Boom. Let me sync this really quick so I can get that off my order page really quick. Okay, cool. All right, next up, I see a bunch of questions. I'll get to you guys in just a second. Let me ship a couple of these out. Tommy Bahama, basic black silk Hawaiian shirt. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. Tommy Bahama has been selling so freaking well for me. Make sure you're grabbing these, especially right now because we're headed into the season where these are going to sell like hotcakes. And they're already selling like hotcakes before we're even in that season, so grab these whenever you can. Covered in snow in New Jersey? I know. I've seen up north you guys are getting slammed with it. It's actually pretty cold here today, but it's only going to be cold for the next 2 days, and then it's supposed to be back into the 80s. So, have you done an eBay Live yet? No, I haven't. I got approved on Friday to run an eBay Live. I haven't officially done one yet, though. How much would we really pay for new Polo, Ralph Lauren, Purple Label, runway piece, like dress, men's blazer, new without tags? I'd have to see the piece, and I'd have to do some research on it. Those are really hard to look up. But I wouldn't know off the top of my head. I also would need to know the size. I would need to know like where I'm going to sell it. Is it one of those pieces I'm going to run on Whatnot, or is it a piece that I'm going to put on eBay? Because that also depends on the price I'm willing to pay. Because on Whatnot, I'm not going to get full price. On eBay, I would, but I would have to wait to get full price. So a lot of times I don't pay up for pieces like that because I know I'm going to sit on it for a while. Are the gift cards a write-off? Absolutely. They're gift card giveaways. I can write off that. The amount that I pay for it. So if we do gift card giveaways on our shows, like if we give away a $50 gift card, somebody puts in 25, we put in 25. So that cost and the shipping cost is both a write-off for us because it's just basically like advertising. It's keeping people into the shows. So of course that's a write-off. Any expenses you use for your business would be a write-off. I feel like I waste a lot of time on Depop doing offers and not many sales. Hope eBay changes this. I do too, but I think if eBay changes it, it's going to change the fees from the buyer back to the seller, which I actually think should happen. The reason you're getting so many non-payments, and I've said this last week a couple times, and I'll say it again, is because when somebody buys an item on Depop, they're paying $35 for the item, and after the fees they pay, they end up paying $45, sometimes $50 for that item. That's why you don't get that's why you get a non-payment, because by the time they get to that checkout page, they're like, I'm not paying for that. I'll go find somebody else's item that's cheaper. So I think it actually hurts the platform not putting the fees on the seller. Seller side, we can accept an offer because we know what our payout's going to be. The buyers can't see that until they actually get to the pay page, which doesn't make any sense. I've actually said that to Depop. When the buyer makes an offer, they should see exactly what they're going to pay, not after they make an offer and then they're going to pay and then they figure it out. Because then the sellers are like, "Why aren't you buying my items?" And it's because they don't want to pay what they're being charged. It's just too much. Ralph Lauren basic button-down shirt. I just listed this one the other day. Just a basic Ralph Lauren. Don't pay up for these though. 5 or under is what you're going to pay for them. This one sold for $22.99 plus ship. That's a full price sale. Leonard, what kind of boring Tommy Bahama actually sells? Tommy Bahama silk shirts, pretty much all of them sell, but obviously like that solid black one only sold for $22.99. If it was like a black one with an embroidery, it would have went for more, or a black one with a big pattern, it would have went for more. But all silk Tommy Bahama shirts will sell. Just depends on what characteristics each shirt has. But I mean, if you go to my eBay store right now and search Tommy Bahama and then filter for sold, you're going to be shocked on how many Tommies I've sold in the last 90 days. Even in the middle of winter, I'm selling Tommy Bahama shirts. Yeah, that's a customs form. I hate the customs form because I never know what to fill out. I just throw a bunch of random stuff on there and hope it gets to the customer. my Poshmark, but because it's going through an APO, so it's technically in the U.S., but it's outside the U.S. You know what I mean? So I let them handle it. They can figure it out. I lose money on Tommy Bahama because your advice. Get the heck out of here, Surfs. You know what you lose money on, Surfs, is buying Coogee sweaters from me. That's what you lose money on. I make $100 off you every time you buy one of my Coogees. So that Coogee will be back available, Surfs, for you to purchase for $350. Whenever you're ready to buy that back, you let me know. I will give it right back to you. Found like 10 Tommy Bahamas yesterday. I found a Tommy too. I found this Tommy yesterday. So this is an example of one. I paid $7.28 for this at the thrift store at Goodwill. This is an example of one I'd price at $35 because it's an all-over, nice pattern Tommy Bahama. That's a $35 Tommy all day, whereas that solid black one is just $22.99, more like a Ralph Lauren. I got a nasty gram this morning. What's a nasty Instagram? Just purchased the same boxes you use to set up my game. Let's go. The boxes. If you guys ever need these boxes, by the way, they're always linked in my link tree in my bio. The same exact ones I purchased with the same size, same place I got them from. Yeah, they're always linked. eBay make Depop better for us sellers. I believe so too. I think there's a lot of Depop people that sell right now that are really upset with it, but to be honest, I think it's going to be better for everybody. Here is a shirt brand that doesn't sell for much, but it sells really fast. The brand is ATF Analog. I had this sitting in a death pile from my old house for a while. We finally got around to listing it. It sold in 2 days. Sold for $20.70. Not a huge sale, but 2 days took to sell. It actually double sold. For some reason, it didn't get pulled off Poshmark from Nifty. Nifty sent me the email that said it didn't get pulled and I didn't see it. And then I sold it again on Posh. So it sold twice within 2 days. That's how fast this thing sells. Unfortunately, I didn't see the email and there was some error. Nifty did send me the email, so it's my fault I didn't see it. But sold for $20.70 over on eBay. Fast sale. I've only found this brand ever once. And if you look on eBay, there's not many listed. So it's not like something you're going to find all the time. But if you're ever out there and you ever find it, pick it up because it sells quick. This one's going to be 15 ounces. 15 ounces. And it's going to go out for $7.52 over on Shippo. I was stationed in Portugal and Korea with the Air Force. Let's go, Danny. Appreciate your service. Appreciate your service. I just sold a pair of hideous Skechers Bob sandals on eBay. I think Skechers, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I think Skechers worldwide is the #1 shoe selling brand. I believe that's the case. I've heard that from somebody, or I've seen that online. Skechers is the #1 shoe selling brand. You probably wouldn't assume it, but Skechers is. Skechers is. Pretty sure you use your link. Let's go. Where do you get your mailers from? The white bags. Those are always in my link tree in my bio as well. I'll put my storefront in the chat. So if you go to this page right here, it has all the products we use on a daily basis linked there. So all the bags we use, the printers we use, the boxes we use, the clear bags we use, the tape we use, everything is linked there. So if you ever want to get the same products we use, click there. And it also gives us a little commission too. Doesn't cost you any more, but it does give us a commission when you buy something. Also, if you just buy something on Amazon, before you buy it, just click that link for me because I also get a commission from that too. Again, it doesn't cost you anymore, but Amazon says I sent you to Amazon, so they give me a commission off of it. $80.93. This is another pair of Levi's. This one even has like a little distressing on the back of the tag right there, and these still sold full asking price, $24.99 plus ship. Love picking up Levi's, especially 501s. That's what these are right here. They sell really quick, $24.99 plus ship. Oh, nasty gram about the fees, how much it would cost them. Oh yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do, right? It's always the people that make the offer, that have committed to the offer, and then say like, I can't pay that, so can you go lower? And it's always like, no, can't go lower, sorry. Not happening. You've already committed to the offer. I'll wait for somebody else on eBay to buy it. I'm not gonna take a Depop offer. Sometimes I'll take a lower Depop offer because there's obviously less fees. But typically on Depop, you're getting lowballed like really, really bad. I mean, I'll have something listed for $25 and I'll get like a $15 offer on it, and I'll be like, no way. No way, not happening. All right, this one's shipped. Just give me a second, just waiting for the label to pop through. And there we go. Got 2 more eBay orders from today, and then we're gonna go through the orders from yesterday that I pulled for yesterday's order pull video. The next one is a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren chino pants. I love selling these too, just basic bread and butter sales. This one sold for full asking price of $24.99 plus shipping over on eBay. I know it looks basic. I know you probably see these every time you go thrifting, but if you can grab these for grab these for $5 or less, they're worth it because they're easy $25 flips. I have a question. I have a buyer that has opened a return and sent pictures of a different item that I sold. I asked for a picture of the shirt and they haven't sent anything in return. So Danny, if you get that item back, it's not the same item, then what you should do is just open up a case with eBay and show them that they sent the photo of the wrong item. And then usually you'll win that case 100% of the time. That should be an easy case to win, because if they send back the wrong item, that's on them. So you contact eBay by going into the actual order. So you should have a return opened, and then it should say contact eBay on the actual return. Do it through your computer because it's a lot easier to find on your computer than it is to do it on your phone. And then just let eBay know, go check the messages. They sent me a photo of a different item. Here's the item that sold. This buyer is obviously trying to scam me. And then you usually will win that case. This weekend, someone was trying to scam me, saying item I sold didn't work, and I know it did. I told him to ship it back, and I'd give him a full refund. He asked for half his money back. Just keep it. Yeah, tell him no. Tell him that you need the item back if he wants to. If it doesn't work, you like the item back, and he has to send it back. If he doesn't, then he doesn't get the return, and you don't have to send him 50%. That's him trying to get some money out of you, definitely. Next up. This is a Denim & Supply Ralph Lauren shirt. This one sold actually overseas through the eBay Global Shipping Program, $24.99 plus ship. The buyer paid $47 for the shirt. That's insane for a Denim & Supply shirt, but altogether $47. And this is a repeat buyer. This person's bought a couple items from me, and they live overseas, probably where they can't get Ralph Lauren shirts like this, and they like to pay up for them a little bit. It was fun to watch your live last night. Appreciate you. The Whatnot show. Yeah, I love doing the Whatnot shows. They're always fun. Fun, fast pace. Sell a bunch of stuff all together. We got another show this weekend. We're definitely doing the Lululemon show. So I haven't updated the actual image, but you guys requested the Lululemon show. I'm going to have around 300 pieces of Lululemon, Roan, and Fiore, and many of those are going to be new with tags too. So new with tag, Roan for sure. I think I have like 30 to 40 pieces of new with tag Roan, bunch of Lululemon, bunch of Fiore. So it's going to be like a mixed show. I think you guys are going to like it. I've never done a Lululemon show before. Well, I've done one on Jamble, but I've never done a Lululemon Fiore show before. So I think both of those brands together are going to really work together. And then add the Roan on top. And the Roan pieces I got are really, really good. So make sure you come out to the show this weekend if you like Lululemon. All right, that's it for yesterday's orders. Now we have to ship the order. No, that's for today's orders. Now we got to ship yesterday's orders. So let me grab these real quick, and we'll ship these out nice and fast. I got to remember what these are though. Okay. Polo Ralph Lauren Varick jeans. Always grab these. Grab these cheap enough. They're definitely worth it. These sold for $27. Just a solid black pair of men's Varick Polo Ralph Lauren jeans. And yes, I am going to use a Ground Advantage mailer for an eBay order. No, not last night. I think they meant the night before. We didn't do a show last night. Last night we didn't do anything, to be honest. Can Jay's Hay spreadsheet be updated on the phone or desktop? Yeah, it's a Google Sheets spreadsheet, so you can update it anywhere. All you have to do is have the Google Sheets app on your phone. And then you can just be like in the car, you know, wife or husband is driving, and you just update your numbers. It's much easier to do it on the computer, though. That's usually how I do it, but yes, you can use it anywhere. Just download the Sheets app. I will have men's. I'll have lots of men's Lululemon. I'll have lots of women's Lululemon. That'll be a nice mixed show. Most of the Viore, I think, is majority men's, but there is going to be some women's in there. The Rhone is pretty much all men's. So if you like Lululemon and Viore, you're going to like Rhone because it's like the same thing. I think a lot of you have sold Rhone before. It sells really well too. So, and all the Rhone is new with tags. All of it. All of it is new with tags. I had some started return on eBay for a tie for size doesn't fit. Never knew ties had size ranges. So Dora, actually the ties, the length, they have different lengths. So always when you're listing a tie, make sure you take a photo or you put in the exact length of the tie. Because there are actually, it'll fool you a lot too. You'll go to the thrift store, you'll buy like a Vineyard Vines tie, and you'll find out it's actually a kid's tie because the length is like 6 inches shorter than the men's tie. So always put in your measurements. Also measure the width too. The width at the very end, where the triangle starts, you got to measure that out because some people want a specific width. Like a ½ inch can like throw it off completely, like their dress, how they're dressing. So I don't do many ties, so I don't get it. But some people really like specific lengths. Lily Plitzer women's shorts. These sold over on eBay for $20.70. I've had it even with the length on there. Yeah. Oh, so you've had the length and they want to return it. That's just somebody being picky. Or they probably didn't measure it themselves. I think Kayla's home. I hear her. Which is good, because I'll finish this live up and then we'll finish shipping everything else out, which will be great. All right, these are going to ship for 7 ounces. 7 ounces. $5.96 on Shippo. By the way, if you don't know Shippo, you never used it before, you can always use the link in my bio. Sign up, at least use it, get your free $25. After you spend $25, you get $25 for free on your labels. She is? Yeah. I got a speed ship, chat. I got speed ship. She's almost done?
She's on the side closest to us.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got a speed ship, chat. All right, LL Bean women's small sweater. I think I said this was a men's in yesterday's video. It was actually a women's. Sold for $24.99 plus ship. I did Poshmark's free trial of promoted listings. Only sold 2 items. Ever since my sales have been non-existent on a 900 item store. I get it. Posh has been good for me lately, but it was slow in the beginning of the year. So I think it's just ebbs and flows. So sucks that you used the promoted closet and didn't work. I've had some stories about people getting some good success with that, and then others like you that don't have good success with it. I should probably try it and see how it works. I'll let you guys know, because I really don't want to pay Posh to promote my stuff though. So we'll see. Listed Vineyard Vines men's, but it was kids. Yeah, they're tricky. You gotta do the measurements. That's how you know. It was a vintage bow tie. Do you measure? Oh no, bow ties I don't measure. Yeah, bow ties I don't measure. If it's a bow tie, how does that? I guess the length. I guess you would measure that. You would measure how long it is to wrap around the neck. Because it could be a kid's bow tie too. I guess you would. Yeah. But I've never picked up bow ties. Never picked up one. So that I don't really know. All right, Ralph Lauren button-down shirt. This men's Ralph Lauren button-down shirt sold for $27.99 plus shipping. That's a full price sale. This was only listed for a couple days too, and it sold full price. Quick sale, quick sale. Appreciate everybody hanging out too. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat. This is a good time to ask while I'm on live shipping. Because if you DM me a question, usually I'd never get around to it. Because I have so many DMs unopened that don't even open on Instagram. You guys end up in the pit of messages that are just so buried. I don't ever get around to those. I think I have like 10,000 unread DMs on Instagram, something crazy like that. So this is a time I open myself up for questions. You guys can come in and ask whatever you want. Just don't ask him anything about surfs. I don't want to hear about surfs. Except for when he's going to ship my sweater back to me. He said he wasn't going to ship it, by the way, Chad. He said he was going to scam me. I don't think that... I think I should report him. If he doesn't ship that sweater back, I'm 100% reporting him to Whatnot. Getting him removed. I'll be the reason he doesn't have a Whatnot account. All right, next up, last eBay sale, and then we just got a couple Posh, and then we're done. We have another men's Ralph Lauren shirt. This one sold for $27 plus shipping. This is a big and tall Ralph Lauren shirt. I know it looks plain, but it's a big and tall size. I think it's a 3XB. It's cheaper to ship with Shippo than eBay. Anything over a pound that fits in a bag usually is cheaper to ship on Shippo. From what I've seen, every single item that's been over a pound that ships in a bag. As long as you use the bag dimensions on Shippo, you will get a cheaper rate. Anything under a pound is usually the same price. You're not really going to get any cheaper than they're all the same prices when it comes to under a pound. So if you're going to use it for items that are over a pound, and you can ship 30 items per month for free. You don't need any kind of subscription. So what I always say is use it, get your free $25. If you don't like it after that, at least you got $25 for free. But if you're saving money on, 30 shipments per month and you're saving around $1, that's $30 saved per month just for using Shippo. And all your orders import directly to Shippo, super easy. You don't have to worry about like copying, pasting labels. As soon as you print a label, it automatically goes to eBay. So yeah, you link your eBay account. So it's super, super easy, streamlined. All right, the rest are all Posh orders. Can anyone start live selling on eBay, or do you have to reach you have to reach out to eBay and they have to approve you to live sell? You can't just start selling on eBay. You have to actually go through the process. They have to unlock your account. You got to talk to a bunch of people. It's not something that you can just do. Kind of like Whatnot, where you just apply and they accept you. eBay's a little bit different because it's like a new program, so they call it a white glove service. You have to go through and talk to agents, get your account. They have to explain how shipping works, explain how to set up your live, because it's a lot different than any other selling platform. All right, a few Posh orders going out. We have this Polo Ralph Lauren sweater that I actually bought off Poshmark and then resold back on Poshmark. I forget what I paid for it. I think I paid like $35 for it, and then it sold for $72 on Posh. So nice little back to Posh flip. I thought this was going to actually sell on eBay, but sold on Posh. So that one's just going to go right into a Ground Advantage poly bag and ship out. I used a free trial this week on Posh and got 3 sales on Posh, but none of the sales were a result of promotion. Got it. So no promotion sales yet. Maybe I'll try it and see how it works. Might as well use it for the free promotion, right? I think everybody gets the free trial. So you might as well use it. See if it works for you. Next, Untuck It shirt. This is a men's Untuck It shirt. I took a best offer for this one for $20. Just a nice, easy bread and butter sale. What do you use for listing button up or button down? It depends on what it is. Is it a button up or is it a button down? Do you guys know the difference between a button up and a button down? A button down means the collar has buttons on it. So it buttons down to the shirt. A button up or a button front, either one of those, are just a shirt without the buttons on the collars. So button down. So this, technically, this Untuck It shirt would be a button up or a button front, not a button down. Just think, the easiest way to remember that is the collar buttons down to the shirt. So that's how you remember it. Button down. That one shipped. And then last order, I need a box for. This is a pair of Adidas shoes that sold for $76, I think. Oh, did I put the wrong label on that? I think I just did. Whoops-a-daisy. Now I gotta figure out which one that was. I think it's this one. I just put the Adidas label on this one. I wasn't paying attention. Let me see really quick. I just sold a pair of Hokas on Posh too, but those will go out tomorrow. Adidas. Give me 1 second, chat. I gotta make sure I'm shipping out the right thing. Timothy, yeah. Okay, cool. Just print this out and I'll slap this label on top. We're good to go. Does Disney log Shippo labels? No, it doesn't log Shippo labels. You would have to log those as an expense. So what you do at the end of the month is you go into Shippo, see how much you paid for the month with your labels, and then log that in as one singular expense. You don't have to log them in individually on your items. Mind blown. I know, I just blew your mind with that one. All right, so let me do this one really quick. I'm gonna close this box up, and I'll show you the last item. This is the last item going out the door. Definitely slower weekend than last weekend, but that's okay because I needed a slow weekend. Last weekend was crazy with all those shoes that sold, and then on top of that, having a crazy weekend sales. Yeah. But anyways, these sold for $76. These are Adidas Ultra Boost. These were in pre-owned condition, but they were like really good. Just a little bit of wear on the bottom, but the rest of the shoes look pretty much brand new. And I'm going to use one of the Ground Advantage mailers. So I'm just going to throw those right in there. And I'm going to throw some packing paper on top. Wherever the packing paper is. I think it's over here. Yeah, there it is. Take some of this packing paper, crumble it up, throw it on top. No movement. We're good to go. No more questions. Beautiful. All right, chat, that's the last one going out. I'll have my order pull video out later today, so if you want to see what sold and how I pull it, that'll be out. Also, go check out all the videos. I have 53 videos out this year, every single day showing what sold. So if you haven't seen those videos, go check it out. And then also check out the one that I put out today. That'll be out probably around like 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what are your kids into these days? My youngest is into just toys, just trucks and stuff. That's what he's into. The oldest girls are into like K-pop Demon Hunters and stuff like that. Like they're into that kind of stuff and iPads and things like that. They're not really into toys anymore because they're older. So that's what my kids are into. All right, chat. Appreciate you guys hanging out, and I will catch you probably tomorrow.